leading the church, new light bringer, Jesus Bryce.
Wait, Max!
Oh my goodness! GPA comes off the top of the crossbody a month after Jesus Bryce used an optical illusion to take out GPA.
Oh, hit him! Hit him! Hit him, Geoffrey!
GPA is beyond the games. This is a man who is fueled, passionate, angry, and will do anything in his power to take out Jesus Bryce, who has ruined his personal and professional career in 2015.
And we go back to May the 9th, 2015, the night that GPA's professional life fell apart completely. Marcus Conrad at the behest of Bryce, trying to give Bryce a gift to get into the church. He took GPA's stash the night that GPA got demolished by Mojo McQueen. Since then, GPA hasn't been the same, and Bryce has been picking at the bones. Tonight, GPA gives Bryce what's coming to him, a beating, as we hear Bone hit still.
Yeah, this is going to be one of the biggest singles contests of the year here in Underground Wrestling. GPA finally getting that one-on-one opportunity with Jesus Bryce after all that he has put him through.
And GPA, this is, I feel like I say this every month, but this is unlike how GPA would have wrestled a number of months ago. But this is
oh my goodness! Bryce just got thrown into a pile of chairs as GPA takes this one into the crowd.
This is, but when I say GPA has never wrestled like this before, I mean it in a good way, showing more confidence among the aggression. This is maybe GPA for the better, taking it to Jesus Bryce in a way that he wouldn't have been able to a number of months ago. Jesus Bryce has awakened the monster within GPA, and probably not a good move.
No, GPA just taking it to Jesus Bryce, not even beating him to pillar to post, but beating him around every corner in this building. But Jesus Bryce now on the offensive.
The theme for this evening has been complete and
utter
chaos.
My goodness. He just got thrown face first into the chair, and the referee, his line of sight is being blocked currently. I know there were fans who've not moved out of the way. He wasn't able to see that.
If I'm Bryce, that's the smartest thing I can do right now is throw GPA back into the ring.
Charges! GPA back body drops him over to the railing and hard onto that floor.
GPA is a damn monster right now. You know, we say that about the bigger wrestlers.
Look at him seething.
You know, the bigger wrestlers like Mojo, McQueen, or Draconis, they're monsters. GPA is a monster right now. He's seeing red. He's seeing nothing but violence in the future of Jesus Bryce.
Bryce went for that kick right to the ribs. It gets caught, and GPA cracks him with a right hand again. Something you'd have never seen him do at the beginning of this year.
But he's also looking sharper with every movement. The hatred has made all of these little holes in GPA's game. It's like he's sealing it up finally. This is the GPA that could have beat Mojo had this GPA shown up back in the month of May.
Yeah, Jesus Bryce has inadvertently made GPA a much more dangerous man, and tonight he has to deal with the consequences of that.
Yeah. And Bryce thinks this is all fun and games, that he's trying to he said it himself, he's trying to educate Geoffrey, as he calls him.
And that back body drop to follow, the back suplex to follow up on the backbreaker. An effective combination of moves from GPA.
And Geoffrey here, GPA, he gave Bryce a moment too much. And right there, again, but he caught it.
The same somebody home and instead blasts him with a super kick.
GPA's head rocked back like nobody's business.
Bryce charges and catches him with a forearm, shoving the referee out of the way to hit that angle and get the forearm.
Oh my, oh my.
Oh, nobody home in the corner. Jesus Bryce lands on his feet. Ducks underneath the clothesline. He's got eyes in the back of his head. What the hell was that? And he catches him with a drop kick.
And that is the most frustrating thing about Jesus Bryce's cover.
1, 2, and only a 2 count.
As underhanded and megalomaniacal as he can be, he's also a really damn good wrestler.
He really is, and there just some strange elements to him as a human being, like knowing the exact spot that GPA was coming at from behind. It's frightening.
Jesus Bryce sends him off to the ropes.
GPA blocks it with 2 forearm clubs. 2 forearms, nobody home. Bryce goes to block again, but that time GPA stopped himself and caught him with a drop kick.
And as much fun as we're having watching it, because this is a damn great wrestling match, GPA is having a lot of fun punching Bryce right in the mouth.
He really is.
This could be the solution to every one of his problems that he's having in his life and his career right now, is eradicating Jesus Bryce. And he might, my God, he might do it right now.
We've said it before, the apron, the hardest part of the ring. I don't know what GPA has in mind here.
And James Russo once again.
Oh, Bryce just throws him into the guardrail.
Throat first, could have broken a windpipe. Jesus Bryce taking that time.
Just stalking GPA on the floor.
And this is when Bryce is in his elements. Stalking the weak, preying on the weak. He does so with his lifestyle, with his spirituality, and especially with his wrestling. Oh no.
Oh, GP just got dropped down on that barricade, chest first.
Right in front of some of his most devout fans. Jesus Bryce, it's as if he's telling GPA's fans, follow me instead. You know, don't hitch your wagon to this guy.
And James Russo preaching for the church. As Bryce hooks the leg, 1, 2, and GPA out with fire at 2.
You know, GPA has been, other than last month against Damian Tyler, he's been winless since the month of May. But don't discount his toughness. You know, he's gotten tougher month by month. He's gotten his ass kicked, to be perfectly honest. But he keeps coming back.
Definitely. And he's still considered a top contender because of how hard fought and the level of competition that he's faced. Jesus Bryce drops him with that backbreaker and now just stretches the spine of GPA.
And the look in those all-white eyes of Bryce is frightening as he targets the back.
Cover 1, 2, and only a 2 count for Bryce.
Yeah. And then that's a game plan that Bryce likes to employ when he fought with Mike Matthews all those many months ago. You know, their battles were around the spine because Mike has the spinal issues. It's almost as if he's telling GPA, if you go down this road, you will face the exact same fate that Mike Matthews faced.
And a big stomp right across the back. He likes to use that Niagara Bomb type maneuver as well. Could be setting him up for that.
Bryce, I don't know if he wants to end this tonight, if he wants to keep playing with him. But I know GPA. Oh!
Thrust fall, center of the ring.
Cover.
Hook of the leg by Bryce. 1, 2, and GPA able to get the shoulder up.
And that must be frustrating wrestling Bryce, because he comes at you from such weird angles. Most wrestlers, they come at you straight forward or just from behind. He comes at you from catty corner, different directions. Unlike any wrestler here, unlike most wrestlers in the Midwest, in the country. Jesus Bryce, an accomplished, incredible, unique wrestler that is very hard to study for.
And he's just wearing down GPA. Putting every little thing into everything that he does as he whips GPA hard into those buckles, and he is setting him up. Charges the back elbow, but nobody's home.
GPA fighting back.
GPA throwing all of his body weight into Bryce. Off the ropes. Big forearm.
GPA down. The damage to the back has been too much. GPA cannot capitalize. The first man up to his feet in this double horizontal predicament will be the first, I would argue, would be the man with the most potential to win the match. And GPA's back up, fighting, gritting the hatred he has for Jesus Bryce.
But Bryce catches him as he comes in with that boot. Oh, and now a vicious knee to the ribs of GPA.
And people underestimate, a wrestler, working on one body part. The fact is the ribs and the spine are very well interconnected. You go through the ribs, the entire core of the body goes out. The wrestler is completely ineffective.
And just all the things that he's going to mess with for GPA. Being able to lift him up for maneuvers, being able to walk around the ring, his breathing patterns, all these little things that factor into what makes GPA the wrestler that he is, being taken away from him by Jesus Bryce.
And notice Bryce's hand positioning there. He's got a claw on the abdominals while stretching them.
Oh, and just as GPA started to break free, Jesus Bryce was prepared for it and hit him with that knee right to the ribs.
Again, he preys on the weak. That's Bryce's motto throughout life. He takes the mentally weak, he brings them into his church. He takes the physically weak and he picks on them like he is with GPA here. With this. Into the choke!
Rear naked by GPA, center of the ring. And he's got a gable grip on that. That is in tight.
GPA might have to. He's either going to give up or pass out. One or the other.
Bryce is in a bad way.
He lost the body scissors.
He's still got the hold in, but Bryce has a lot of different ways he can move. And he stops himself and just... The momentum carries GPA through the ropes and sends him crashing down to the floor.
James Russo. He's been involved way too much with way too many matches tonight.
Come on. Oh, it just drives him into the ring post.
The manic preacher of the Church of Bryce, James Russo, has been way too big of a factor in the matches this evening. It is getting out of control. It's been out of control, but especially tonight.
The third match that he has made an appearance at ringside and making his presence felt every single time as GPA gets up on the apron. Bryce up to the second, double stomps him across the spine. And just the way that GPA fell to the canvas, you can tell he is all out of sorts.
Cover.
1, 2, and 3, no!
GPA in the nick of time. His spine, his back is telling him, give up, go home, find another day. But his heart is saying, kick his ass.
GPA wants more than anything to put an end to all this business he's had with the church this year. And the crowd in Villa Park wants to see him put an end to it too.
Bryce he's getting frustrated. He's not showing it in the traditional sense. But if you look at the little facial tics, Bryce doesn't know what to do.
He charges nobody home and Bryce goes into the corner.
GPA, wow.
Blue Thunder Bomb.
Both men feeling worse for the wear again. Cover.
1, 2, and 3, no. GPA, you could tell his back was in a great deal of pain after he hit that maneuver. Caused him to hesitate. Took him a second longer to get that cover.
An incredible, heroic performance here tonight by GPA. He's overcome outside factors. He's overcome the back pain, the potential long-term spinal injury. And he's up on his feet, and he's here to fight.
Straight A! Bryce able to block it. Checks his chin, and now ripping off the cram session. A maneuver that GPA does time in, time out.
Mind games from Bryce. Cover.
Like 1, 2, and 3. No. Bryce thought that was it. James Russo thought that was it. But GPA says, nuh-uh, he's going to keep fighting.
And as much as Bryce has been playing these games with GPA's mind, you have to think that GPA coming back and never giving up is starting to get to Bryce in a way that even Bryce cannot get to GPA. One hell of a match here in Underground Wrestling.
Bryce goes under. Oh, no, he's got him up.
GPA on his feet.
Bomb. And GPA hitting the cramp section of his own.
That is how you do it, Bryce. But GPA has to go for the cover.
Bryce is laid out. GPA off the ropes and hitting a variation of the trust fall, giving Jesus Bryce a taste of his own medicine. Hook of the legs. 1, 2, and 3. No. Jesus Bryce getting the shoulder up.
One hell of a match here between two of the very best that Chicago, that the Midwest independent wrestling scene has to offer, tearing the house down here at Underground Wrestling.
This is so much more than a match for GPA. This means the absolute world to him, and he's become so close so many times to putting an end to this one. Goes to the straight eight. Oh, and Bryce goes to those bad ribs. Brutal German suplex just throws him overhead.
But GPA is on his feet, even if he's rocking. He's back
up.
Oh
no, he just hit in the face of Jesus Bryce. Lariat turns him inside out. Bryce, though, trying to stagger up to his feet.
GPA has to get back up, hit something now. Wow!
Oh,
GPA catches him!
Oh, no, no, no! Elevated straight A!
Cover him! Damn it, Russo!
Get him down!
Damn it, Russo!
You have to get down!
What the hell?
Ref getting him down!
Turn the hell up! Wait! That's Jazz! That's a Jazz!
Acid Jazz with a brutal shot to the ribs. He's known for those right hands.
Bryce cradles up! Cover! 2, 3!
Damn it, no!
Come on! What the hell with the association? Jazz and Russo and Bryson, we need answers!
They scratched his back and he's scratching theirs.
Mike Matthews! Mike Matthews!
Matthews here to make the save. He's taking out Acid Jazz!
This situation is completely fallen apart!
The bad blood between the competitors in Underground Wrestling is boiling and intertwining right before our very eyes.
Just like you! Well, guess what, Savior? I've got a friend too. That? So next month, when we're all in this building again, if you have the guts, punk ass, it'll be you and Jazz against me and Mike Matthews. And until then, we will be praying for your souls.
Thank you.